The Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants, an NFC East showdown here between two 4-3 teams. I think there was a general feeling that the NFC East was going to go right down to the wire, and perhaps it still may, but right now it kind of seems, as things stand, that the Cowboys are little to a lot better than the other three teams, and everyone else is closely packed together. Wes, do you see it that way with the Eagles and Giants?
Yeah, I think they are two similar teams, and I know the Eagles roared out to a strong start, but over the last 4 weeks, they've been outscored by their opponents. And in the last 2 weeks, Carson Wentz is the only quarterback in the NFL not to complete a pass of 15 or more air yards, which is the biggest problem with the Eagles' offense right now. They have no downfield element. The receivers aren't very good. And I know we've given credit to the Eagles because Jim Schwartz, with the same players Chip Kelly had, is basically getting it done and turning out a great defense. But the offense is not. And the only team with fewer big plays this year is the 49ers. So I don't know if this is the Chip imprint that he left these players in Philadelphia that can't make plays.
It's funny because the Niners also have a
legacy.
massive issue at wide receiver. And you cannot get through an NFL season with a talent-poor pass-catching crew. And if they masked it to some degree early on, Jordan Matthews played very well in the early part of the year. The game plan against the Cowboys was very clear. We are not going to test the field. And the Giants' secondary makes that tough.
I think Carson Wentz played well against Dallas. I mean, he executed what they wanted him to do for the most part. They had 4 or 5 drops. Aguilar and Dorial Green-Beckham. It's a woeful starting combination. They had to cut Josh Huff because of his arrest this week. He wasn't a huge factor, although he'd been helping on special teams quite a bit. And they have to go against the Giants secondary, which is one of the best in the league. You're trying to find some open guys with Aguilar, Dorial Green-Beckham, and Zach Ertz. By the way, Zach Ertz?
They're not on the same page.
He hasn't had
Zach Ertz, where are you?
I think he's had about 7 or 8 catches the last 6 weeks or something like that. Going up against Rogers Cromartie and Landon Collins, who's
Janoris Jenkins is
fantastic, and Janoris Jenkins, good night. This is going to be a 10-6 game.
Well, on top of it, you've got a running game where the coach had to come out and clarify for beat writers that Ryan Matthews is still the lead guy this week, coming off a game where he had 8 snaps. He's had 3 or 4 games over the last month where he's had around 8 or 11 snaps, and Darren Sproles is dominating playing time.
Running game's not a problem for them.
They just have 3 or 4 guys, though.
They've been running the ball pretty well. Giants haven't had over 45 yards rushing in 3 weeks as a team. That's hard to do. As a team, they haven't topped 45 yards.
What about your boy, though, Odell Beckham? From week 9 to the end of the year, over his career, there's no better receiver in the league from week 9 on.
It is his time, but you need the quarterback and the play caller to get you the ball.
And how's his hip? Is that a real issue to track going forward? Hey, I know this game is evenly matched, 10-6. I like the sound of that, Greg. Not bad. But I don't like this matchup at all for the Eagles. I think they will rue the day they let that Dallas game get away from them. I think it could change the complexion of their entire season. And I don't like them going on the road here where their offense isn't playing that well, and they're not going to be able to challenge downfield. And I don't know, but I think the Giants are eventually going to start playing better on offense, and I see it happening here.